Michael Jaaffar's along with us here. Michael, this is one of those cases that, of course, is going to be emotionally charged. You're talking about this little boy, as they called him Ollie. He's dead. And this teacher she's a wonderful person of the community as well, a middle school teacher. But she killed him with her, not intentionally. This was distracted driving. What are your overall thoughts here on this case? And it's just one of those no-winner scenarios, and you can tell that emotions are high in that Colorado town.
This case makes me sad because multiple times on this network, I've used the analogy before this case happened. I've used the analogy of, hey, if I get in my car and I drive down the street and I'm distracted looking at my phone and no child runs across my car and I get to my destination, nobody will know about it. I won't even get a ticket. But if I'm unlucky one day and a kid is unlucky to be running past my car while I do that same exact activity, I will go to jail for many, many years, right? This is exactly what happened here. Again, I use this example on Court TV. I use this example when talking to my clients. That's exactly what happened, right? The law gives you consequences. There's a reason why there's a difference in a sentence for, let's say, a depraved mind murder versus a premeditated murder versus a heat of passion murder. You find your loved one with somebody else and then you kill that person in a rage. There's a reason why the law makes a difference, because consequences matter. Actions matter. Bad luck matters. It was the bad luck of this young man, this boy, who was in front of her car. It was the bad luck of this teacher that this boy went in front of her car. Nobody wins. I think the sentence, whatever it comes down in March, will be just. I think she should serve some jail time, because at the end of the day, as a society, we have decided that if somebody dies, even from a mistake on your part, it matters, right? And there's situations and there's gravity, and obviously there will be victim impact statements against her, and there will be people testifying. I mean, she was a middle school teacher, right? We've all had a middle school teacher. I still love my middle school teachers. I can name them off for you, each and every single one, right? They've had a big impact on my life. So there's going to be many people where she has had a big impact on their lives. They will be in that courtroom. They will be testifying on her behalf. This was a mistake. She obviously did not intend to kill this boy, right? But I think what happened is
the fact that she did, this isn't, drinking and driving, when you drink, you do not drive, or consume drugs. You do not drive. You don't speed at 90 miles an hour because that. We know that texting is bad, but people still do it. We have all been probably, 90% of the people watching this right now who own one of these phones has done it. And to your point, we're not in her position. Does that help her when we're looking at sentencing here? She's looking at a 2 to 6 maybe, but it can go all the way down to probation, obviously. And then also she did plead guilty to lying and concealing, because that was her first reaction. I'm going to get rid of these texts, and try to get out of this. How does that factor in, do you think, at the end of the day?
I think it factors in greatly, because the person sentencing her has texted while driving. Anyone who says that they have never texted while driving would be lying to you, lying to themselves, or both. So the person who's sentencing her is a person who has texted while driving, who could easily be in that position. You could easily have a story of a judge, sentenced to 2 years for killing a kid texting while driving. A judge, a politician, a doctor, a lawyer, anybody. You could replace her with anybody in our society, the best in our society. Take the best in our society and replace them with her. That would still fit. And so the person sentencing her will know that. I think it will factor. The fact that she pled guilty to the tampering with evidence, I mean, man, people get she killed a kid, right? And so she was under duress. I think the sentencing judge will be fair with Amy Weiss. I think that
and you can see that today. He was very, very not requiring a cash bond. He seems like a level-headed person, despite the fireworks in that courtroom. Boy, a lot of emotion there. Again, Amy Weiss found guilty by a jury in Colorado in connection to the death of 10-year-old Oliver Stratton, little Ollie. Careless driving resulting in death was that charge.